Today's adventure starts out outside of this Dollar General, which may look like we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're actually outside of a particular tour that is the Georgia Old Federal Roads driving tour that starts out in the very top of Georgia and you make your way down the state. So the Old Federal Road takes you through this small town, which we're going to explore today, the city of Varnell. Hello my friends, Mr. Nomad Ben here. So today's adventure, we're going to explore the city of Varnell, Georgia. It's just a small city that's outside of the city of Dalton, Georgia. A little history about this particular city, that it was unincorporated land until the year 1968 before it was considered its own city. It was still considered Dalton or Cohutta, based on my knowledge at the time, before it became its own city. The city was named after a railroad official by the name of M.P. Varnell. So even though this is a city, some addresses or businesses might still have a Cohutta address or a Dalton address, but it still lands in the city of Varnell. So we're going to go around, check out this small town. I got a little story about this particular town too, about my life here. And a little fact about this town too, it was the first town I lived in when I first moved down here to Georgia years ago. Because I moved down here in March of 2013, and it's already 2022, so it's been 9 years since I moved down here. And Varnell area was the first area I moved down to, and we're going to explore this town and kind of celebrate 9 years of living down here and just checking out what this town really is. And I'm inviting you to come and join me. And here we go.
It's all about where you've been, Nomad Ben. Tell us all about the finer points of living and just traveling. Food, beer, history, nature quest. Every corner of this all to the great Midwest. Tell us all about where you've been, Nomad Ben.
So here we are outside of the Varnell City Hall. It'll be this building right over here. And then alongside with the American flag and the Georgia flag go alongside with it. So here is just another angle of the City Hall here in Varnell, with Dollar General just being a walking distance over there. There may not be very many police cars in this particular city, but however, the cops do a fantastic job protecting the fine citizens of this small city. Sharing the same parking lot as the City Hall, here is the Varnell Community Center, which is just right over here. Kind of make our way over here and kind of get a closer look. So getting a closer look at the community center as the train is actually coming by. Very loud train. Oh, there is some chairs just kind of sitting there. I was just going to put my camera down and sit on one of those chairs, but just the way they look, I don't trust them. I have lost some weight, but I don't think I'm light enough to sit on those chairs. And here's a little history of the Varnell Community Center, erected in 2012. Mayor Dan Peoples, City Manager Jason Hall, Mark Gibson, and all the council people. I tried getting in, but the door is actually locked. I guess they're still practicing the COVID-19 laws. But as I'm looking through the window, it looks like they have a small little display in history about the city of Varnell that's in there. And it seems like it's my catchphrase every time if I can't get in somewhere or just don't have the time. The catchphrase is, my friends, perhaps another time, or something to look forward to in the future for these vlogs. And if you guys could get a closer look inside, which I'm just kind of gandering what's inside the community center, and a big patch of nothing that's in there. I guess people just set up the chairs and the mayor of the town will gather up and have meetings and stuff in there. So walking away and just looking more at this particular part of the community center and keep thinking, why is there such old-timey doors and chairs that are still sitting there? Then I discovered reading this plaque over here. I'll take you closer over here. And it turns out this is actually a historical home. I'll leave a pause if you want to read. And if you guys could read that. So almost 10 years of living down here, I am learning a lot of new things that I've been discovering and continue to discover, just exploring the small towns that surround the city of Dalton and the places outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. But it turns out that this is an old house and hospital during the Civil War. And this was built in the 1940s by the name of the builder, Dry Dan Dold, who built this house originally for the man they named the town after, MP Varnell. So they had some skirmishes during the Civil War that happened out here, and there was a small Confederate victory before the Federal troops came back, and eventually all around here was all a Yankee win. But they've helped a lot of Federal troops in this house as a temporary hospital during the war. So that is actually pretty interesting, and it also just kind of explains why is there a beat-up building next to a well-refurbished and brand-new looking community center? And this is what it is, just pure history. And that's just awesome. So for our next quick stop here, we're at the Varnell Springs. And a long story short about this particular area, it just has a natural body of water that comes from the ground right over there. We'll get a closer look at that in a minute. But maybe something to look forward to for another time to really dig deep about this place, because there's actually like a little nature path and other things to explore around here. But there's something special about this place, which I will talk about momentarily. So here is the spring itself, right here. And as you can see closer, I'm going to zoom in just a smidge here. You can see that the water is bubbling right out of the ground. And I have witnessed people every time I come here to kind of hang out and pray or just chill. I have seen people come with jugs of water and fill up fresh water for drinking or whatever purposes they use here. So considering that this is a small town exploration vlog, we're going to come here another time, and then we're going to really dig deep about this place. There's some nature trails here, some plant history here, and I think it'll be kind of a fun separate vlog for another time. But just a little story here about my life. It was a wonderful year, 2015, roughly around this time. A perfect husband should know to remember this, but I'm not perfect. But I know it was around March or April 2015. I just bought my engagement ring for Lindsay. And I was hoping to wait for the right moment to get engaged to her. I was thinking about saving the ring and do it sometime during the summer and go to downtown Chattanooga or maybe sneak away to Disney World or something like that. But I was just so excited to ask her to marry me. And I was like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to take Lindsay this last minute and somewhere nearby to tell her I love her, to ask her to be the woman for the rest of my life? Well, my love was springing out like the water's out of the ground here. And I brought her here. Probably around here, or in front of the ponds over here, or in front of that spring over there. I got on my knee. I asked her, Lindsay, you make me happy. I moved down here just to be with you, start a new life with you, and I want to continue my life here with you. Will you marry me, baby? Well, that was a little exaggeration about how I really said it. But she was so excited, of course she said yes. And the rest is history. And we're making history here as a family, living around here in Northwest Georgia and Southeast Tennessee. And that's the story about this particular place. A little history about my life and why a Yankee that was born and raised in the burbs of Chicago and living around here and documenting this awesome, awesome place. Before I continue going around Varnell, I needed a caffeinated pick-me-up, and since I'm on a diet, I have got a light Starbucks milk and mocha coffee. While in line to pick up the coffee, I also picked up this Kool-Aid flavored gum, and I thought it was interesting, so that's why I bought it. So getting off of Highway 2, where we were driving just a minute ago, and entering into this subdivision called Chestnut Ridge Subdivisions, new homes are being built here all the time. And it's only getting bigger and bigger from here. Not in this particular area of Varnell. Other parts of Varnell are nearby the city as well. So we're back out walking again around the city of Varnell right now. And this is where we left off before we went for that little drive that direction over there. But there is that Varnell Springs where I proposed to my wife over there. Entering in this side of the town. And they remodeled this building here, and this used to be a haircut place, and it still is. And like I said, they're refurbishing it and starting something new. So coming soon to Varnell, Georgia, Main Street Cuts, haircuts, beard trims, perms, colors, and waxes. You make your way over here at the Varnell Market. And well, gas is still $3.69 a gallon out here in the middle of this small town. And believe it or not, even though it kind of looks like a sketchy little market, it's actually pretty cool inside. Not like a feeling of cool, but it's actually a really nice little store inside that Varnell Market. And then we pan this direction. I'm not really going to explore this area much because there's a big party going on. But there's a pavilion we can bring your family and friends to have some parties and just relax. And this pavilion was donated by Jane and Julian Peoples, some very important people of the town of Varnell. Just notice how big this stump is. That is just really cool. And we got some more pavilions here, and there's one on the other side of the river over there. And there's a bridge, and it looks like here they have a little stage where you can perform music and stuff. And right over here by the bridge, with the water seeping out naturally from the spring, another little performance stage as well. So this particular bridge was built by the Boy Scouts of America in the year 2013 by some Eagle Scouts. I guess people were getting sick, all getting their feet wet. And just makes it way all the way over there. So I was actually trying to get my traditional foot shot every time I see a body of water. Well, my tripod fell and it broke. Luckily I was able to save the camera because it landed in that pile of rubble right there. My tripod is no more. Well, luckily the tripod wasn't really an expensive attachment for my camera, so glad I won't bust my budget for the channel or my life. But that was actually a really nice little pavilion area, little park. And they actually have a fun little playground, especially got little ones that are developing and growing up, kind of like my son. And it's a very simple little playground that they got over there. So here we are at the Varnell Railroad Street, and here is one of the main railroads of Georgia that comes through this town. I got some railroad projects in mind for the future of this channel, because there's a lot of railroad history throughout this part of the United States, especially during wartime. And this little area here is actually a post office, a very, very small post office. I've actually sent a package or two here before. And then here are two churches within a block from each other right over here. Very beautiful looking churches. I'm walking around Northwest Christian Fellowship here in Varnell just for a quick moment, because I looked at the two churches and this one here just kind of cost. So I'm at Northwest Christian Fellowship right now, just kind of looking around property. And it looks like that this is the main sanctuary, and this is just a very beautiful looking building. Kind of looks like a very traditional church back in the old days. And it looks like they just added on to things as time went on, like maybe a fellowship hall and a place for the kids. A very beautiful church. And here we are at the Varnell Cemetery. I'll save the exploration of the cemetery maybe during the fall for Halloween season. But people are still being buried here. Historical and current tombstones that are still here. So here we are off of Highway 2, outside of the Varnell United Methodist Church. A little church that's on top of the hill, right off of Highway 2 and Country Way, which is into a neighborhood subdivision on the other side, which we're going to head into right now. And here we are in Country Way at the Highland Forest Country Estates. Just over there. Just over there, if you can see the little lake with the walking track and a clubhouse. I have done a walk and talk a time or two over there. But going down the Country Way takes us to a very exclusive golf course that's open to the public. So here we are in Knob North Golf Course in the Highland Forest Estates area. I've been wanting to play a game of golf here for a very long time with my family and friends, but this is what it looks like. So we're now leaving Highland Estates right now and making our way back into the city of Varnell here at Knob North Corner at this particular gas station. This gas station actually has a lot of good selections of beer. It offers beer on tap as well. And currently gas right now is $3.79 a gallon as of today. But this particular highway here at Upper Varnell Road, going down this direction will take you to the city of Cohutta and make your way to Cleveland, Tennessee, and onward to Knoxville and Gatlinburg if you go down this highway that direction. If you go down this direction, you'll enter more into Varnell, but also into Dalton and on your way to Atlanta. So just getting off of Highway 2, heading back to Dalton at the Varnell Commons. And see what they have to offer in this little complex area. You got Sutton Family Pharmacy, and this was actually my pharmacy for the longest time until I actually moved into the city of Dalton, and I go somewhere else now. And there's Hamilton Convenient Care, in case you're sick and you need convenient care. And we got a new Mexican restaurant that opened up not too long ago called El Sueno. This used to be Mama's grill right here. A lot of Southern style cooking. And before Mama's, it was actually Luigi's Pizza, which was actually really good pizza. And it closed not because of the pandemic. It actually closed before the pandemic. And then a storage facility right over here. And this was just built not even a year ago. So this is predominantly something new that's here in Varnell as well. Just for a moment, I'm just documenting this OReillys auto parts store for a minute because that's actually a brand new thing built here in Varnell. And same thing with this Wendy's right here. Wendy's is predominantly the newest thing that's happened in this small little city as well. And here's the Varnell Crossings area over here, where you can get some ice, make a stop at the Family Dollar, go grocery shopping at the Food Lion, get some delicious Chinese food at the Panda House, or get something to smoke at the smoke shop over there. And outside the Food Lion shopping complex, there is a Neho Mexican grill over there as well. And another great place to get some Mexican food is right over there as well. It's been so long since I've had a Neho, but very delicious food. And just right outside of Neho Grill, you got the Burger Den. It's been around for quite some time now. Very delicious burgers and fries. And also the Auto Zone right there, and right behind the Auto Zone where the power lines are is a gun shop. When you're in the South, there's gun shops everywhere. So over here is just another view of Cleveland Highway heading toward Dalton and Atlanta. And we just kind of cut our ways to OReillys, Wendy's, Food Lion, made our way back to AutoZone and Burger Den that direction, and further down would be the Varnell Church and the historic part of the city down that direction. And then on over here is just a line into the bank, Ace Hardware, and behind this tree where my car is at is actually just a business, a communications business right over there. And then behind the bank is another gas station with a McDonald's in it as well. And there's been so many times I've been to that McDonald's to get various items at. And this is still part of Georgia's Old Federal Road tour. And it's actually pretty nice that I live nearby these little landmark spots to explore at. So right off of Frontier in Cleveland Highway, you make your way down this direction. I made at a stop off here where there's a style station, a Stubway, a convenience store, roll-up ice cream, and the best place to get some fresh meats, the Butcher's Market. And the Butcher's Market actually has a restaurant right here called the Blue Street Cafe. And the pandemic doesn't help that it kind of closed down for a bit, but it's slowly coming back. They're open for lunch now, but I'm hoping that they could open up at night, because I love to take you guys there, because they bring the meat that they make fresh here, cook it so you can eat it, enjoy some good beer, and listen to some live music. And here we are at the School of Golf, of Lessons and Equipment. And there's the golf shack right over there. And here's an awesome looking driving range open to the public right over here. I'm not sure what it's like now, but this place used to be a little different before new management came in and bought the owner out. I heard that the owners are developing land over here to make some condos and apartments down that direction. So when I lived in Varnell, I had a set of golf clubs that I would like to go here and hit. And I'm not sure what it's like here now, but this place used to have an honor system where the owner at the time would have buckets of golf balls open to the public. And he trusted anyone that had a few bucks in their pocket just to drop it into a drop box, grab a bucket of balls, and hit as many as you need to. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And he was kind of an elderly man. I always called him the old man. But he was definitely an elderly man who operated this place at the time. But he was such a kind, sweet old man. And one time I was actually out here hitting some golf balls into the driving range. He came out there and he came out and was teaching me how to do a better stance in my position and hold the golf clubs. So it was actually a pretty cool experience playing a little driving range here. So yeah, just thought I'd stop by, but this is definitely part of the Varnell experience. So we're gonna go ahead and head back into Varnell, and we're gonna wrap it up in one more location. So here's the developing land for future homes, condos, and apartments all over here. This little city is growing so fast. It's crazy. And I've been down here for 10 years and this was nothing. And now it's turning into something. So I thought about it. We actually got a couple more stops before we end the vlog. So over there, that's actually a flea market that happens every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They got livestock of animals that they sell, and also just like things, knickknacks and everything inside the bigger building. A brand new Dollar General that just opened up right over there. And here is the Varnell Cafe. Unfortunately, it's closed right now. It's only open Wednesday through Saturdays from the last time I checked. My mother-in-law loves to get their biscuit sandwiches there, and she says they are fantastic. So, something to look forward to try out. So on my way to my final destination to end the Varnell tour vlog, came across this mile marker about the history of the old Federal Road. I'll leave a pause if you want to read here. You know, one of these days what I really would like to do is explore the entire tour of the old Federal Road. And I'm just glad that I live nearby pockets of the old Federal Road to document the history. Because when I was back at Jasper for my 31st birthday, they even had some history of the old Federal Road over there as well. But it's just pretty crazy, just these small cities and small towns, no matter where you live. It doesn't matter, it has to be here in Georgia, Tennessee. Even when I lived in my towns in Illinois, just the cities itself had a lot of rich history too. Which I do regret I didn't document that stuff when I was living out there. Or back in the days when I lived in Oklahoma as well, or even Florida when I was actually an intern. But doing this stuff now is just awesome. And just documenting just the little things like this. And it's just so cool to run into tidbits of history, even in small towns like Varnell, and finding more and more amazingness that's preserved for us, for future generations to come. So this place should be no stranger to you if you're a subscriber or a constant viewer of my channel. Part of the Varnell experience, we are at Prater's Mill. I am not going to dig deep into this particular historic site because I did 2 vlogs here already, and I got another one coming about in mind for future content to come, because there is a 1/4 mile, I believe, hiking trail on this property I still have yet to go to. But it's always nice to just hang here and look at this beautiful little creek and just appreciate the history that was left behind here. Even if it was good or bad history, it's just stuff to reflect on and things left for us to remember. And that, my friends, ends our trip to Varnell, Georgia, just exploring this amazing little city and a lot of history that was left behind for us, and just kind of just to walk around and enjoy ourselves today, and just gaining a new perspective of experience in little places like this. And great way to save gas, because I don't live far away from here. So friends, if you guys enjoyed this particular vlog, give this vlog a thumbs up, shows that you cared and you enjoyed yourself. If you want to see more of these small town exploration videos that are not far from Dalton or Chattanooga, leave in the comments below. I enjoy doing this for you guys. This was probably one of my most fun and favorite vlogs I've done for you guys. If you're new to my channel, returning viewer, you know what to do. Subscribe, bell, you know what to do. Help me make it to 1K subscribers by January of 2023. I'm halfway there, and I need your help. Other than that, my friends, I can't wait to show you guys some more videos in the future. We got some Rock City coming about to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, an Irish pub, and a couple other things in mind. And just finding other ways to be efficient with the gas. Trying to think about getting a bicycle or electric scooter just for the local adventures, so I don't have to use my car a lot. There's a lot of ideas in mind to try to save money and budget so I could do this for you. I had so much fun today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Had a lot of fun with you guys. Eat well and keep your mind walking. I'll see you guys later. You know, I never noticed that no metal detecting is allowed on Prater's Mill. I wonder what secrets are left behind on the grounds of this Prater's Mill property.